that direction on purpose. Yes.
Hmm.
Mm.
It's a beautiful thing having freedom of speech, freedom of
Mm.
thought.
And freedom of choice.
And don't forget freedom of opinion too.
Mm-hmm. And as we were speaking about that, I just continued to see, like, it's like just that word, the word, the structure, the being, the doing, mine. I think it's, man, it's a strong second to know to the intensity that it plays in our life. And it's like, and I mean, at the end of the day, the reason is that we are important and we want to feel that, to be that, and that matters because we all are. Mm. And that attachment, just that attachment to know, the attachment to mind, the attachment to our definitions.
Jesse, we've got so many attachments all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Almost hard to
Because,
fathom.
yes, attachments, all kinds of internal attachments and external attachments to our kids, to our spouses, our partners, our pets, our homes, things that aren't even living things, homes, cars,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. Computers, desks.
Hmm. The junk piled up that you've been collecting in
Oh,
the corner.
goodness gracious me. You don't even want to see my bedroom right now. I feel like I'm a hoarder.
Oh, but you know where everything is.
No, I don't.
No,
That's why
you
I'm
don't.
organizing. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
organizing it. I actually had to go to IKEA and get a shelf so I
Okay.
can sort my stuff. Too much junk. I'm just sick of clutter and junk and stuff. But I'm not ready and willing to just start offloading everything. So it's like, when am I going to be ready for that?
Mm.
Because that gets to happen at some point here in the next year or so. It's like, start selling stuff, start donating stuff, start releasing. And I had practice with my dad's stuff and with my mom's stuff. It was a lot of offloading, and I just had like, there was emotion with it too, but it had to be done. So it's like the good metaphor too, or even the emotional stuff we carry around. What am I carrying? That's just it's just like a burden. What gets to be released?
It almost sounds like you're saying that in pain or discomfort of some sort, Will.
Oh, yeah, probably. Thank you for the feedback.
It was just very heavy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm still grieving, right? And I probably will grieve for the rest of my life. Yeah, I know it'll get lighter over time, but it's still pretty heavy. It's okay. I'm accepting of it.
So is it your mind that would be grieving, or would it be your body that would be grieving? Because you've
I think,
just told us that you're going to be grieving for the rest of your life.
yeah. And what it is it's the younger aspects of me that are grieving, and I've noticed that they become active at times, and they create takeovers. And I know you guys are familiar with this terminology and concepts. So I'm just becoming a lot more aware of that now, which is powerful. And I'm learning to separate, to see the distinction between a takeover and when I'm actually present as present day will, like self-conscious, current day, present moment, aware and focused. I can I'm starting to see the differentiation there, which is good. That's awareness. But when I go unconscious and like a 6-year-old version takes over and starts grieving, like that's pretty brutal.
Hmm.
I'm learning to have compassion for that 6-year-old and recognize that they can, I can reason with them and go, it's okay. I know you're sad. I know you miss your daddy, and it's okay. But you can go play now. You're safe. And just allow that version of me to be, just be. And then I am in control. I am the captain of my ship. I'm the captain of my soul. So 48-year-old present day Will gets to be the driver today. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me right now.
So it almost sounds like the present day Will's the parent of the 6-year-old.
Yeah, that's
No?
the intention. Working
Oh,
on it. Yeah,
oh,
like it's like present day Will gets to be the parent because his parents, they did their best, but one's gone and the other is doing her thing, and not, they neither of them were necessarily available. I don't know. Anyways, I don't mean to go into kind of a therapy situation here, so I'm just gonna
hmm.
kind of drop that.
So when I said that, because that's how that came across, is that the today's Will is parenting the 6-year-old Will, as opposed to being a teammate
Uh, okay.
to the 6-year-old Will and teaching the 6-year-old Will. And you've done part of it by saying it's safe. But I think there's a difference between being part of a team versus the parenting.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Because the team coaches, the parent can discipline, the parent directs. Not in all parenting situations, but I'm just giving you an example of what I'm getting.
Mm.
Parents can coach too, but from a team aspect, I think there's more. For me, it's more coaching. Is the 6-year-old Will coachable? I guess that's question number one.
Oh,
Is
yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Thank you for giving me some clarity on that. In your, like, just helping me process that, and that I appreciate that. Thank you, because I do want to win-win, right? Like I do want to be a team player, you know, within, so that I am also a team player out there, like internally and externally. Because how I show up inside is how I'm going to show up outside.
Because the 6-year-old Will, I bet, is full of vim and vigor, full of life, full of spunk and
Oh yeah,
curiosity.
yeah. And when he takes over, man, it's like it can be kind of out of control. Not kind of.
So that's where the coachability part comes in. Is
Yeah,
that 6-year-old Will coachable? And you said yes.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So I just gotta, and that's the thing is, when I'm in a takeover, I don't always recognize it in the moment, and sometimes it can last for days or potentially a lot longer. So just recognizing that now is power. It's putting power back into present day Will, like my self conscious ego, whatever. So that's good.
Mm.
I have that
So
awareness.
yeah. Will, can you give me a couple of words that would describe, like, associate with parenting, parenting, when you are parenting the inner child?
Yeah. Let's say some words would be loving, kind, patient, are definitely some words that I would choose.
Mhm. Now, I would say, is that your experience of being parented?
Probably not.
And so, there's a discrepancy
Yeah, there's a
because
conflict.
parenting, you've only known it one way.
Yeah,
That's the tape player, that's the unconscious, right?
yeah,
And yet then there's the mind that says, well, I know I want it a different way.
yeah. There's a
And
mismatch there.
that's right. And as you said, it's like, yes, like parenting can be that for you, or it's like that's where I want to go with it, like for my inner self. But it was like, ooh, it's like as you spoke it was like, ooh, I sense a disconnect there.
Yeah. So what I'm noticing is, with all this reasoning and with the questions, is that I I'm creating a above and below structure of like a parent and a child structure within myself, which is actually not benefiting me. It's creating a disconnect, and it's creating like a power struggle within and resistance. And so if I can actually more be like team player, like Annette was suggesting, and be an equal, like you've said many times, Jesse, right? Like if I can strive to just be equal with all my aspects, with my inner children, with all ages, versions of myself, because they are me. All those memories are just memories of me, of who I was. If I can just be on the level playing field together with them rather than being the captain that's above them or the parent that's above them, then it's a win-win.
Yeah,
Because if
and that,
if the parent has to win, then the child, has to lose.
that's right. And it's like, oh,
Or
and
we can all just be equal. Equality.
and uh, one of the words that I would have explained that I heard, like popped for me, was control.
Mm.
So it was like, as I asked, like, give me some association to parenting, what I had was like, oh, the parent controls the child.
Yeah, definitely. That's how I grew up too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was our generation.
Mhm.
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Will. Good morning,
Hey,
Annette.
Heinz. Welcome to Fireside.
Hey.
Thank
We're
Good
just
you.
having
morning.
we're just having a conversation about our inner children, or I was at least.
Well, you gotta make your inner children your outer children.
Oh, that's happened too much. That's the thing. That's kind of what's been going on, which isn't always appropriate.
Well, it depends on if you're asking other people, no. But compared to yourself, it's appropriate.
Okay.
Having fun, enjoying yourself, that's appropriate to me. That's good. Nice.
Yeah. It's just showing up as the adult as opposed to the child is a lot more appropriate, I guess, is what I've been told.
Oh, but Will, you can show up as the adult with the child spirit.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to do away with the curiosity and the excitement and the spirit and the
Yeah.
go-getting aspect of a child. You can still have that as an adult, but like I was saying, becomes part of a team effort as opposed to a regulated, no, I can't behave this way. I'm in this rut for these few days as a 6-year-old. Where's the adult Will at that point as a team member? Because I did ask the question, is that 6-year-old Will coachable? And you said yes. But maybe the question is also, is the adult Will coachable?
Maybe not, eh? Yeah. And where there's a maybe, it's quite likely a yes. It's he's not. Wow. Good to know.
Or
It's like the
doesn't want
children are
to?
coachable, but the adult is like, no, it's kind of like I got literally have my arms crossed right now, my legs crossed. So the adult is not coachable right now. Wait a sec, is that the adult? Or am I in a takeover? No. Yeah. No, just I'm not coachable right now. Wow. Like, I mean, present moment, Will. Interesting. It's good to know. Good to be
I
aware
don't
of
know if
that.
it's the adult or the ego.
Yeah, the ego. The ego adult ego. Yeah, I'm in resistance. Yeah. What level? 5, 6, 7, 6.9, about 7. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good to know.
So what is the adult Will fear of losing to be coachable.
Control.
Role is an illusion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Losing control of himself.
But control can flow too.
Control the flow.
So
Like
that's
the banks of a
being
river.
allowing and accepting what is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Easier said than done.
Oh,
When you're
yes.
in resistance, especially when you're in resistance.
Yes. And that's why I like the word allow over accept,
Yeah.
because you can allow a tiny little bit to test it out. The
Yeah.
parts that
Whereas
you are comfortable with.
full acceptance is can take a bit of
Acceptance in today is cut and dry, everything or nothing.
yeah, exactly.
And
Accept is
I'm
just
pretty
one
sure
way. Allow is one. Sorry.
multi-dimensional, yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
exactly.
allow is like you said, just a little bit of flow, just a little bit. Just allow just a little bit of flow. And then, like the little trickle over a dike. And then
Mhm.
eventually it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the dike breaks through and you got a full on river flowing. And then you're fully released.
Accept has also been ingrained in us that it has to be done. Accept this container as it is, and so it might not work with us because it doesn't flow with us. But it's like a, you know, take it, or you have to take it the way it is, and that's because somebody has told us these are the parameters. You gotta accept it, like it or lump it. And that's where a lot of resistance comes up, because it's like, I don't want all of this loaded on me right now. I can't process it right now. And so there's the resistance. And yet there's parts, if you allow, what you're doing is a version of slow acceptance of certain parts. And then in the end, sometimes we don't have to accept the whole version of what others have said we had to accept. We accept the parts that work for us, and we let the other parts go.
Hmm.
Because sometimes it's rules that they put in place. And we don't have to necessarily accept those rules. We can let them go and just do our own thing. Because some of them are ultimatums. We got to remember that too. Because sometimes in the rules of accepting something, there's an ultimatum as well. You have to accept this, otherwise I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah.
Well, maybe them never talking to you again is actually a good thing.
I was just thinking about his release, like the words started coming to my mind, and it was like release, release. And it was like real ease and flow, just real ease and flow. To me, that's like release. It's just being in ease and flow. Like it's not like a forcing, it's not hard. It's not like I have to. It's just ease and flow. It's like water flowing down the stream. It's real ease. Yeah. Because I know when I focus on trying to fix a problem, all I see is the problem because that's what I'm focused on. But if I allow myself to flow, then it becomes a lot easier to relax and open.
That brings me to the FORT, fort. Focus,
Fort.
observe, relax, trust.
My body is a lot more open now even. And let's see, if I was to check the resistance now, I'd say it's about a 1. So it's really gone down just by focusing on release and ease and flow. Feel more relaxed. So isn't that interesting? I observed, I focused on release, I observed, I feel relaxed now. And the next step is trusting. Trusting that all will be well. Man, that's so much, that's better than a therapy session. Thank you.
Would you call it a breakthrough?
Well, yeah, I believe that every release is a breakthrough. Like every release of resistance, it's a breakthrough.
Exactly.
because resistance is like to me, it's like a brick box that you're stuck in, and so when you break through that, like that's major. Because like if you build a wall of bricks, if you build a brick building with no windows and doors, like that's a pretty stuck structure. So to break out of that that's major. That's awesome. It's wonderful. Wunderbar. Breakthrough. Let's fly. Trust the process.
Good morning, Sindrell.
Where's the drill?
Good morning, beautiful souls.
Hey, Sindrell.
And you know what I notice is that people, whether they realize it or not, can put us back in the box. And it's up to us whether we allow that or not. It's an internal structure that we can imprison ourselves in or be free from.
That's a powerful statement. Other
Oh.
people put us back in the box.
And then we either stay there or we break free.
I think, I mean, I just got here, but it triggers me. And
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
think if people can put us in a box, I think they're putting themselves, they're boxing themselves. They're not
Yep.
boxing us.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
And and we either take the bait or not, but we should, that's our choice.
I like the bait part because I just gave an example of, so if you don't play with me, I'll never talk to you again. So most times we will play with them because we want to appease and still have somebody to talk to. But sometimes it's okay to step out of the box and see if that consequence does come of them never talking to you again. And sometimes it's ideal that they don't talk to you for a while.
Yeah.
But chances are, they're going to be the first ones to talk to you.
Yeah. It's like if when people give you an ultimatum, it's like, okay, if that's the way you want it.
Yeah, no resistance.
But it's more of acceptance of self instead of resistance to them. What you just say? I
Oh,
didn't
nothing.
hear you.
Just zipping up a bag.
Oh, I
Yeah.
heard noise and the lips moved. I was like, what I miss? What I miss?
Oh, the lips moved, eh? When I zipped that thing up. I just realized it could have sounded like I was passing gas or something.
Maybe that too.
It was like,
It happens.
yeah.
So this avatar that I have up it came up when I went in a meeting yesterday.
Oh.
And when they saw it, we laughed for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
It it
They are
started
a
a
great
whole
laugh.
bunch of giggles.
They are a great laugh. I laughed
That's
at
me.
them the first time I saw them, and 2 days later, Ian saw them and he started laughing 5, 10 minutes also. So they are great laugh, those avatars.
Mm.
We also have to remember ultimatums are a method of control, power. But it's also
Yeah.
can also be an acknowledgement of a consequence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you speed, you will be ticketed and fined.
Yeah.
If caught.
Yes.
Exactly.
However, you do have the option to appeal.
Yeah. Not that you're gonna get that without a lawyer.
Maybe. I
Lawyer,
mean, depends on the judge's perspective at
Oh,
that time.
okay. But if you appeal, then it goes on your record here in BC, so it's not worth it. Better just to pay the ticket than it doesn't go on your record.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't go on your public record, at least. If you go in and appeal it and you are either found guilty or you plead guilty, just to like put off the paying of the ticket, it ends up going on public record.
Mhm. Yeah, so there's that choice. I
It
paid
depends if
quite a
you're
few
okay with that or
tickets.
not. Or
Yeah, I paid
That's
quite a few
entrapment.
tickets.
yeah, same.
I would call that entrapment. If you choose to challenge it, it goes on your public record.
Yeah, yeah. That's the system. They
And
treat
they
it
say,
like a criminal offense to have a speeding violation here.
oh my God.
Interesting. They
Yeah,
offer you the appeal, but it will be on your record that you appealed. So that's the ultimatum. Oh yeah, you can appeal this.
yeah,
However,
oh, yeah,
you are the consequences, you're going to be labeled publicly.
yeah. But they don't tell you that until you find out years later, and you go online because you've had neighbor issues, and you now know how to search for criminal charges and verdicts online on the public record, and then you search yourself and you go, oh, here's that ticket that I appealed all those years ago, and it's still on my record.
20
Interesting.
years ago. Yes, 20
Yeah,
years ago.
exactly. Exactly. Like there is no forgiveness. It's like you got a ticket once, and now you will forever be remembered as the the blow into the stop sign person, or the failure to obey the traffic signage, or
There's a
the
huge,
speeder or whatever, right? Like,
yeah,
boy, you're
a
such a
huge,
criminal, you know,
well, a huge question comes up. What's the purpose of that?
to make money,
Entrapment.
Yeah, but
Entrapment.
you've already
control.
dealt with it 20 years ago or 15 years ago.
Yeah. Why
You
does it have to be
challenged
on there
it.
still?
Yeah. So what's the purpose of
Yeah.
leaving it on there? Is it
Yeah.
public shaming?
Yeah.
And what's the
Yes.
purpose of that? Right.
Exactly. Like, how does that help people? Doesn't. It just
Mhm.
creates a record. That's all. But that's what the government is all about. It's all about having records of everything that they can on a person.
So you would theoretically you wouldn't be able to get a public service job because you mustn't have a record there.
Well, because I had a traffic violation
Speeding
20 years ago.
ticket. Oh
You know what?
my.
I wouldn't want a position like that anyways, so it doesn't matter to me.
Oh my God.
It's a silly world we live in. Oh, Annette's gone. Yeah. So it's funny, eh? Like how easy it is to go into complaining about what is. And then I always come back to like, oh, but what am I wanting to create? Like, what's my vision? What am I wanting to create? And where's my focus today?
And that the
So,
record sort of just tells you that you are a complainer. Oh, he complains about stuff 20 years ago. We gotta look out for him. He's a complainer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's still on your record. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm.
and so my word today is um, passionately present. Like you said, Will, it's like, oh, our focus is so important.
Yeah.
The
Focus.
awareness of where's our focus? Where are we going? What's pulling at us? What's the attachments? What's mine?
And I think my word of the day is fort, which means focus, observe, relax, and trust. When I was a kid, I used to make forts. It was like something I really enjoyed. So like making stuff and building things. So it's perfect.
Question.
Yeah.
Perseverance, isn't that when you just keep on going at it? Keep on. Just keep on. Because that's my word.
Perseverance.
Yeah. Isn't that the attitude where you just keep going at it? No matter what, you just keep on doing it.
Yeah, you persevere. You
Yeah.
gotta
Okay.
and
Yep. That's my word for today.
persever. Persevere. Severance. Severance. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that you pointed out. That's interesting. Severance and the persevere. You sever adhering to limitations that would have you stop in fear.
Mhm.
Like severance is like a cutting off, eh?
Yeah.
And then
Severance is
per,
also you get a severance pay.
and per is like in accordance with. So according to cutting off, by means of cutting off. Interesting. Perseverance. It's like you're cutting off all other options kind of thing because this is the focused determination is to follow through or whatever it is, you're cutting off.
But you're cutting off the options that impede you from pursuing. You don't cut off all options.
Yeah.
You're constantly like evaluate. Yeah, this is working. This is going. Oh, this isn't working. Okay, that has to go. You know,
It's like
persevere.
it's kind of like cutting off what no longer serves.
Yeah.
What does not
And
serve the outcome.
you're not worrying about or analyzing, is it bad or good? You're just saying, okay, it doesn't work for what I'm pursuing.
Perfect. Cutting off what doesn't work. Perseverance. It's kind of a little definition I came up with. My ego came up with.
So my word for the day is next step.
Next step. Oh, nice. What does that mean for you or to you?
I don't have to do it all right now, but step into it curiously and just, see and experience being led by the curiosity of the pursuit. Sometimes we can have a big audacious goal or consider a relationship something, and it's like, I just said hi and already, you're talking about marriage. Wait a minute, hold up. That I was just flirting. I was just having a good day with myself, and you were part of it. That's all.
Hi, you want to get married? That's funny.
It's happened.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. That's yikes. Like, where's the tension? There is no tension.
I was like, I like the courtship. How about the courtship?
Let's create some tension. Like, it's the pursuit, eh?
Mhm.
Pursuit of a worthy ideal.
Perseverance, pursuit.
Passionate purpose and fort. I feel like I need a word with like a P word or something.
Mhm.
Fort. Focus, observe, relax, trust.
Mhm.
Wonder if I'll be able to remember that. Focus, observe, relax, trust. So when you focus, you're focused on a small point. When you observe, you see the all, you see the whole thing. You relax, and you trust that the next step will come, or that the things will line up, whatever it is that you're pursuing passionately with purpose and perseverance and taking the next step. Funny how our words always can work together. Oh, I just had anyone. Team, together, everyone accomplishes more.
Something else I
Collaboration.
like about
Go ahead, Sandra.
it's just when you said team, you always, well, for me, I would always think of a team as, everybody in the same missions, same vision, to win or whatever it is worked on as a team. But I have just now got a different sense of team where the team comes together to support each other freely in and out of each individual member's goals or desires, right?
Yes.
So
That's what we can be here.
yeah, that's what we are. Yeah.
Yeah. We get to support each other's vision, whatever that might be, even if it's unspoken.
Right. Hey, have I been missing Craig?
Yeah, I've been missing Craig too.
I don't think Craig
Maybe
have
we
been
could,
here for a long time.
yeah, maybe we could reach out. If it's to be, it's up to me. Excuse me. Oh, it's fort, not fart. Focus, observe, relax, trust. Team, together, everyone accomplishes more. Team is win-win. Collaboration. We support each other's vision and goals. We persevere. We passionately persevere with purpose toward our next step. There we go. And we have breakthroughs as we trust the process. And we take action because if it's to be, it's up to me. Anyways. What is in the silence for you guys today? What is revealing itself through the silence?
The word breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
Yeah, so
Cool.
when I would think of breakthrough before, and you know, like who doesn't love a breakthrough? Whew,
Oh, yeah, that's where the transformation is.
yeah. But when you're on the side where the breakthrough is before you, that could be audaciously overwhelming, like imprisonment. And so today I painted a picture one time about a egg, the shell opening up. And today I was like, breakthrough is a natural progression of growth. It isn't like this big, audacious, overwhelming 99% impossible thing to get through. It's more of a natural progression if we don't make it big and scary and impossible. Because you think of breakthrough, I think I even heard it today, like bricks. It's bricks, brick walls, breakthrough. But you can have a breakthrough just as phenomenal without it being without it having to come out of pain and limitation.
Yeah, I
Epiphanies.
suppose it, like that was my analogy, was a brick wall. It could be like a brick wall, or it could be like cardboard or paper that you break through. It could be easy. I guess it depends on how I frame it, eh?
Yeah.
And if it's a brick wall, man, that's a hard one to break through. That's tough. But if I transformed it into paper, like when the football players run through the paper,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that's fun and actually kind of effortless. You just run through it.
You look forward to breaking it, running through it.
Yeah. Yeah, you look forward to the breakthrough because you get to go play the game.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
Like that metaphor. I'm gonna revise my breakthrough metaphor a little bit. Or it could be one or the other, right? It could be a box that we put ourselves in, and we ask for a knife so we can start cutting the box open and get out of it, crawl out. Or it could be a brick wall or a brick box, or it could be paper.
I'm thinking that the harder we perceive the breakthrough parameter to be, that perhaps we're adopting a victim mentality.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, what would the creator do? What would a powerful creator do? Or how would a powerful creator view it? Probably more like paper than brick. A victim would view it like brick. That's a good one. Thank you, Sindrell.
Thank you for this conversation.
And it comes back to like what you it's like we're looking for the chink in the armor, right?
Yeah.
In the weakness in the wall. Now, weakness, what I mean is the vulnerability, maybe. It's like the
The opening.
the opening. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
And usually the opening is on the other side, like the opposite.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you're a victim, viewing the wall like it's brick, on the other side of that is the creator who is going, this is really not a big deal. It's actually just paper. It looks like it's brick because it's printed on the paper, but when you actually step up to it, you actually just poke your finger through it, it just disintegrates.
Yeah.
And it's just
That's
a
the creator.
curtain, the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's all it
Exactly.
is.
It's a brick wall in the mind, but in reality, it's really not a big deal. Wow. Thank you guys. That's like a major breakthrough for me. Thank you. And then the light shines through. You get a little crack in that paper. The light starts shining through, and you're like, oh, there it is. Go for it.
So a breakthrough is releasing,
Yes.
letting go, releasing, letting go. And it's like we do that because we see that we were attached to it in a certain way. And we just look at it like, oh, what, like I attached to it this way. And then we look at what's the opposite, like what's on the other side, what would be unattached. And we have to play with the questions, and that's where like so important is like different views. We look at different views, look at it from different perspectives. And then then it's like, what does a breakthrough feel like?
Yeah. Wow. It feels like ease and flow. It feels like release. It feels like letting go. It feels effortless. It feels joyful. It feels relaxed and trusting. You know what? I'd like to change my word of the day. I'd like to change it to breakthrough. That's what I'm choosing today is breakthrough.
It's like a holding tightly. And it's like if you hold tightly for too long, right, it really starts to hurt. And so it's like letting go of that tight grip. And it feels like I can sense it because I can feel just my body just kind of settles, it relaxes. That's when I know I've released, I've broken through whatever the resistance that I had, that I created. And the resistance is also the brick wall.
Yeah.
So it's like, what am I focusing on, right? Because that's like, what am I holding really tightly to?
And we have the power to transform the brick wall into a paper wall because we are the creator.
Mhm.
You know what I realized too is that even victim is still a creative orientation. It's just a different frame or a lens with that we look through
Mhm.
that modality or in that mode. I mean,
It, it's like we created it and it became our automatic for
yeah,
some, for
yeah,
everyone for certain circumstances.
yeah,
So it's
definitely.
circumstantial on the
Yeah.
situation.
It's like when this happens, I feel like a victim. Therefore, I go into this victim mode orientation and act accordingly, which creates certain results. Wow, just to even like have awareness of that is powerful. It's like, how can you change something you're not aware of? You can't. when you shine awareness onto something, then you get the power to shift it, transform it. Shift happens effortlessly when you passionately persevere or pursue. You with purpose, you passionately with purpose persevere and pursue the next step. You get the breakthrough. Boom. And of course,
Yes,
the
Will,
question
it's,
always. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yes, Will, it's fine. You can always change your word because you're always updating it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
What you
yeah,
were going
no.
to say.
I need to apologize. So yeah, the next, that's always the question I have is, and I'm learning to listen. The question I always have is, okay, well, what's the next step? And then the answer I receive is, well, listen to the silence. What's in the silence? What is my heart telling me the next step is? What is wisdom sharing with me in the silence? And what I am receiving is write, keep writing. Keep writing, keep writing. You are a writer, keep writing.
And man, even like going through it, I find that it's like it's like how a net opened it up. It's like looking, it's raining out, right? And the rain is running down the window, and we're looking out the window, and it's not what we normally see. It's not clear, right? So it's like that's what I hear. Like that's how I relate to you, Will. Like as like
Yeah.
when you said that, it's like, well, I've got mine too, and it's like there's this urge that says keep going here, and it's like, oh, I keep going here. Is it my ego or is it my heart? Like which one is it?
Keep going. Yeah, action oriented. Ego, the ego is action oriented.
Like we're always taking action. You
Yeah.
know,
Even if we're meditating.
the you know the ego is the one that's questioning our action, right? And we're like that's what I think gets in the way.
Yeah.
You know,
And when you're creating, you're just creating. You're just
that's right.
flowing.
Yeah, and it's like
Just for
creating
the joy of
versus
it.
control, protection, right? All of those things that we want. And it's that unresolvable between the two, like creating and keeping it all the same, right? Creating new, but holding on to the same.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's a good one. That's really powerful. That what you just said there. Creating
It's
new while holding on to the same.
yeah.
Because it's kind of a counter intention.
Mhm. I'll go there, but I don't want anything to change. It's like, well,
Yeah.
why not? Right? But we do. Oh, but I don't. And it's like like,
Well, I like the um when I first heard it, I was like, did I miss something there? When it's on creating new but holding on to the same. And for me, that that's more of um, me open to change or perspective, but giving me an opportunity to get to the essence because perhaps I haven't been enjoying or seeing or, the essence, the experience of the essence of creating, the essence of love, and the essence of the fluidity of writing. And so I'm willing to let go again where we said persevere is um, severing severing things that have covered up or uh, disguised the essence and to discover that essence. So that part I'm traveling deeper into. And so in that way I'm not letting go because it's part of the pursuit of the essence of truth, of the divinity, of the sovereignty of what is my experience to experience. So yeah, that when as one is pursuing, we're not letting go of that which we are pursuing. So I just took that and conclave and convex that statement for myself to understand that sometimes to get to what you want, the truth, love, you do have to let go so many of the personas that have obscured, like making other people happy or thinking that their opinion is the one that's the guiding opinion instead of having that independent heart thinking. And so, yeah, I do have to let other people's thoughts be their thoughts and their ways be their ways. And it'll be okay that mine's are not their ways and still not judging them for it, but having sovereign appreciation for what ignites the essence in me. And that's my truth. I know I'm ranting a bit. I'm filling it out here as I go. So thank you for allowing me to do this with you. And that's what makes us unique when we each value that essence that drives us and valuing each other's variations of where we are in seeking, pursuing, living, being what that is for today, because it could change. It could change, but the essence, the principal essence is like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I relate. And whether anybody relates or not, it still be your essence.
hard for the ego to understand and define essence. I noticed. What does essence mean for you, Central?
A pure knowingness and trusting. Like when I'm painting and everything else just falls away. I'm in the flow. And not knowing that it's done until I know that it's done. That's a pinpoint of essence. And I open up to say, yeah, more, please.
Yeah. It's inspired me to pick up my paintbrush. I'm gonna do a little bit right now.
What's
Thank you.
essence for you when I'm feeling you about your writing? What is essence for you?
Yeah, essence for me is flow and creativity, and it's the energy that animates my body, mind. It is my mind. It's the oneness. It's super conscious. It's the knowingness. It's the connection I have with creativity and flow, and the power that animates my animal body, right? My ego. And it's just like gratitude and excitement and joy. And remember the bounce. Craig helped me find the bounce. That little baby that was just bouncing and excited and happy to be alive. Like that's, to me, that's essence.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna pick up my paintbrush. It's like you lit a fire in me, Sindrell. Thank you.
Yeah, just pick it up. You don't even have to know what you're
Yeah.
gonna paint.
Yeah, just go for it.
You just sit there. Just get some attitude. Just flick some paint on and what's next?
Ooh. I'm gonna need to get a drop cloth out of the shed for that. But yeah, that I want to do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm committed to doing that today.
Ooh.
There we go. I'm gonna drop some ink. Drop some paint.
Don't be surprised if the drop cloth is just as artistic as the board.
Oh yeah, that's it, eh?
What have we here?
It's creation.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Been a great morning.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Jesse.
Thanks,
Yeah, you all have a
Will,
blessed
Central.
day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Love and hugs to you all.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You too, Heinz. Thank you.
Have
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Essence Day.
Essence Day.
Bye.